Hello, my name is Christy Dunston and I'm a career counselor at University Career Services. The video is an example of a 5-minute high school TFA lesson. It showcases the TFA model, I do, we do, you do. The video is 4 minutes in length to allow for activity time as well as any questions that students may have. Good afternoon, class. Today we are going to continue our discussion of how a bill becomes a law. Remember our objective: the learner will explain why laws are needed and how laws are implemented, enacted, and enforced at the national, state, and local levels. And we're really focusing on how laws are enacted. So we've talked about this week how a bill becomes a law. So we know at the beginning of a bill that it can be introduced in any House of Congress. So we have the House of Representatives and we also have the Senate. Typically, bills are introduced in the House of Representatives, and bills are the most common form of legislation. For the introduction of a bill, we know that any member of Congress can introduce a bill, and to introduce a bill, they have to place it in the hopper on the clerk's desk in order for it to be discussed within the committee. So we're going to focus on the bill as it goes to the committee. Once the clerk has assigned a number to the bill, then it is given to the committee, and the committee gets to discuss the bill. They can make changes to the bill, or it can actually die within the committee and never hit the floor at all. So we're going to talk about a bill that has been introduced, and you all are going to represent the committee, and I'm going to tell you what the bill is. So the bill that we are going to be talking about will be public school students should be required to wear school uniforms. So while we're in the committee, we have to do a little research and we have to talk about the pros and cons of this bill. So one pro of the bill would be people won't get bullied for their clothes. So I'm going to write that down, and I want you to think about a pro of why students should be required to wear a school uniform.
They don't have to buy clothes as often.
Very good. That would be a very good pro. People won't buy clothes as often. So now we have to think about a con. And a con would be people would lose their self-expression. So I want you to think about what would be a con of having to wear a school uniform.
Not all students will like the uniforms.
Okay? So not all students will like uniform. Right, and that could be a con of this bill. So in your small groups that I've already assigned to you, I would like for you all to get together and discuss some more pros and cons of this bill of why public school students should be required to wear school uniforms. Now remember, as a committee, we can also make changes to this bill as well. So if you feel like you would like to make some changes to the bill, you can. Once we have done that, we will get back together, and as a committee, we will discuss the bill and make any revisions that need to be made. And then later, we'll have consideration and debate, and we'll focus on that tomorrow. The previous video was an example of a 5-minute high school TFA lesson. If you have any questions or need any assistance with your lesson, you can schedule an appointment to meet with a counselor at careers.unc.edu.